85 years, motorcyclists have flocked to Sturgis, South Dakota to ride in the wide open spaces of the Big Sky country. The same can't be said for the racers of the progressive American Flat Track series. Tonight, they descend upon the shortest track on the series schedule. Tight confines often means less friends. Get ready for some bar-banging action as a motorcycle fight is about to go down in the Black Hills.
Welcome to the Progressive American Flat Track Series, round 11 on this season, round 2 of 3 for the Black Hills of Sturgis, South Dakota. And guys, what a beautiful place to be. I'm joined alongside the voice of American Flat Track, Scotty Dubler, as well as the 2017 AFT Singles champion, Colby Carlisle. And last night, we witnessed the second Mission Triple Challenge of the year. Scotty, break it down for me.
I think it's a great show for the fans because we are so close together with 3 main events for each of our AFT classes. I like the format.
The way that the point structure worked out last night, the multiplier, so important. It all came down to that final race, especially in the singles class.
Last night, we also debuted a brand new class in the series, the Adventure Tracker class. Guys?
I was impressed. Jesse Janich, a former champion in our sport, showed that he still has the speed to run up front, and it was a heck of a battle.
And it was so amazing how talented those riders were to be able to wrestle those 500-pound machines around. They were doing 15-second lap times.
Guys, I'm going to catch up with you a little bit later, but for now, a little history on the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. On August 14th, 1938, Pappy Hoyle, with the help of the Jackpine Gypsies, organized the first race, starting out as a locals-only event. It has blossomed in attendance of over 500,000 people annually. Right now, Scotty is in the paddock with a few of this year's attendees.
Walking through the pits here in the Mission SuperTwins class, the 44s here. Brandon Robinson, we are here in Sturgis for a week. Are you getting a tattoo tomorrow?
No, probably not.
All right, well, what do you do? We have a few days off. What are you going to do before the next race?
Well, I'm sort of at the mercy of my wife. You know, she has to work and do some stuff, so she's got the rental car. But I don't know, we'll probably hang out with some friends tomorrow, maybe get it on a little bit downtown, something like that, have a day to recover, and then come back here on Friday and, you know, have another race.
That's the 44, Brandon Robinson. Let's see who else we can find. Also in the Mission SuperTwins class, the 67, Davis Fisher. Davis, we're going to be in Sturgis for a full week. We got tomorrow off. Are you going to get a new tattoo?
No tattoos for me. I don't know their whole cleaning process here, and I don't know if I trust any tattoo shops in Sturgis.
All right, so 2 days off. What are you going to do in this up here in beautiful Sturgis, South Dakota?
We brought our side-by-sides out, so we've just been exploring the Black Hills, and yeah, it's beautiful country out here, and yeah, we've been having a lot of fun.
That's number 67 of Fisher. Let's see who else we can find. One more rider here, the 20 bike, Jared Vandekoy. We're in Sturgis for the entire week. We had 2 days off. Are you getting a new tattoo?
I'm not the tattoo type. My wife might, but no, I'll be down on Main Street, just not in a tattoo parlor.
If she gets a tattoo, what's it going to be?
Well, she got my number last year. Maybe, I guess she can't do nothing for our daughter yet because she ain't here, but maybe something for our daughter.
I like that. You can do anything you want here in Sturgis.
Absolutely. No, we've already kind of done the check it out, the Rushmore and the Needles and all that stuff over the years, but maybe this year we'll just hang out and have a couple beers on Main Street.
That's number 20, Jared Vandekoy in the Mission SuperTwins class. To find out more about this racetrack, down there waiting for us is Colby Carlisle.
Last night during the Triple Challenge format, all of the races go up in laps starting with 10, 15, 20. Tonight, it is back to the standard format where it is all about time. In the Super Twins class, we are going to go 8 minutes plus 2 laps. These guys could be going well into the 30-lap mark, which could be an extra 15, 16 laps from what we did last night. We saw how technical the track was, not only on body and mind. So what are these riders going to have to deal with here tonight?
I'm standing by with Shayna Texter Bauman, the team manager for the Rick Ware Racing Parts Plus latest racing team. Shayna, not only are you team manager, but you're also Briar Bauman's wife, and you're also 30 weeks along.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations, but how are you balancing all of it?
Well, the racing comes first, the wife comes second, and right now, for temporary, the baby's third, just because he's a little low maintenance.
There's a level of emotion that you have as being a spouse, but also a level of professionalism you carry as being a team manager. What has helped you navigate these dual roles?
Yeah, I mean, for one, I've lived in this sport, you know, my entire life, you know, as, you know, coming up as a child of a racer, then became a racer myself, and then now as a wife of a racer. So for me, I've been in this situation my entire life. I feel like I was born into it. Now it's a little bit more challenging because I got to make sure my husband's being professional at all times and our team's ready to rock and roll.
Speaking of your team rocking and rolling, you guys have had a stellar season. At the beginning of the year, all eyes were on Dallas Daniels to be a challenger for the championship, but Breyer has not only asserted himself, but he is the current points leader in this series. How proud are you of him, and how much work did you guys get put in to be at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think I told you last year, like, we started building for this years ago, you know, when we had first heard rumors of going production, which is why we put Breyer on a KTM to begin with. Obviously, the last couple of years, I knew deep down that Breyer has the talent. Obviously, he's a two-time champ of the sport, so you can't take that away from him, but we weren't getting the results that we needed. So end of the year, we regrouped as a team. I decided to, hang it up for a little while. I don't know that I'm retired yet, but hang it up, focus on Breyer, and that's what we did. And we put in the homework, and Breyer wanted to ride Harley-Davidsons, and Rick Ware Racing and Latest Motors made it happen for him, and I think his talent's showing on the motorcycle now.
Shayna, thanks so much for your time. Coming up, more American Flat Track Racing on Fox Sports 1.
The Progressive American Flat Track Series is brought to you by Mission Foods. Mission Foods has you covered with race day recipes that are too fast, too tasty. And by Triumph Motorcycles and their brand new Tiger 900, built for the toughest trails and wherever adventure takes you.
Welcome back to night number 2 here at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. Yesterday, he was the fastest qualifier. Today, he's the subject of our Dunlop rider profile. It's rookie Walker Porter.
I started out go-karts racing. My stepdad, he got me into that. We started doing that a lot. And my grandpa back in the day, he used to race flat track. He was like, we should go try this. There's one 15 minutes down the road from us. All right, that sounds cool. And then we did it. We liked it, so we got our own bikes and just started out after that. When I'm not racing, I'll go fishing with my buddies, go golfing, mostly golfing, yeah, and then hanging out with my buddies, and that's about it.
Last night, Colby, was the second Mission Triple Challenge of the season. The singles, the points leader Tom Drain qualified 6th. That placed him on that second row in main event number 1.
Yeah, and it was 21 of Trevor Bruner coming off that hot streak that he had at Lucas Oil, was able to grab the win there in that first main event.
With Tom Drain ending up 6th, so he had a bad main event number 1. Main event number 2, Trevor Bruner got another hole shot, but it was Drain with a great start. It got him a little bit out of that traffic.
Drain and the team went to work after that first main event, giving him something a little bit better for that second main, able to grab the win and walk away with that one.
We had a red flag that bunched up all the riders back together. Drain would take the lead on the restart, but had a challenge by none other than the rookie phenom, Cage Tadman. Drain would dispose of Tadman and take the win in feature number 2. Colby, in main event number 3, Chase Sadoff had one opportunity to get the overall.
Mathematically, he had to win no matter where the rest of the field finished, and that's what he did. Pressure from Tom Drain throughout all of it, but Chase Sadoff ran around the high line, brought it home, and the overall.
The points after night number 1, Chase Sadoff is actually doing what he needs to do, chipping away at that points lead that Tom Drain has.
Chase Sadoff still has a chance at this one. He just has to keep the pressure on and keep winning these races.
After last night's near win, Tom Drain, who's not feeling well, was a little bit off the pace. He went out and set the mark of the day. Rookie phenom and last night's overall third place finisher, Cage Tadman, impressively qualified 2nd this afternoon.
You know, it's pretty cool. I mean, these guys are kind of a lot of the guys I grew up watching, so it's cool to kind of hang up there and be up front with them. But, I mean, hoping to kind of get the experience that they have so I can kind of be a little bit more patient. But I think it's going good.
Let's take a look at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track AFT Singles Heat Race number 1. Drain on the inside, grabbing the whole shot, that 59 by.
Yeah, it's going to be Drain picking up where he left off in this one, grabbing the qualifying, grabbing the heat race win.
I'm going to push through and keep doing everything I can to stay up front and put my head down like I did then and just run my own race.
AFT Singles Heat Race number 2. Cage Tadman from the bottom of the racetrack. He's got to battle the 88, and Trevor Bruner's right there in the 21.
Yeah, Cage Tadman had to deal with Chase Sadoff trying to poke around the outside in this one, but it's going to be Cage Tadman bringing in the checkered flag in heat race 2.
Your AFT Singles presented by Kicker starting lineup. On the pole, 59, Tom Drain. The 228, the rookie, Cage Tadman. The veteran, 49, Chad Coase. And last night's winner to the 88, Chase Sadoff. Row number 2. Keep your eyes on the 75, Terrence Santero. He's going to bring with him the 21 of Trevor Bruner, 83, Braden Sanders, and the 79, Dalton Gauthier. Here we go. AFT Singles presented by Kicker main event. Night number 2 at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. 6 minutes plus 2 laps. The bikes are in gear. Watch the light. There's the green. The front wheel comes up on the 59. That's going to give Tadman the whole shot. Sadoff goes to the outside.
Tom Drain makes a crucial mistake there, pulling the front wheel, getting a little bit of wheelie. This is not what these guys want to see. Tadman has done this before as he comes to the green flag, leads the first lap.
When Tadman has led, nobody has passed him.
No, he is not, and he hole-shotted here. We've seen this in Ventura. We saw this at Chico.
Tadman out in front in his rookie season. We got Tom Drain in second, Sadoff back there in that third position.
Tadman's starting to already pull away, but Tom Drain, he's got the experience here. He's the points there. He knows how to try to track him down, but he's got a lot of time to do this in a lot of laps.
Coase back there in fourth. Fanders rounding out your top 5 early on in this one. A little bit of braking bumps now forming going into turn number 1.
Yeah, but these 450 motocross, these singles will be able to handle that better than those twins. But Tadman just a few bike lengths, and Chase Sadoff starting to get on the back wheel of Tom Drain. These two, 1 and 2 in the championship.
When is Sadoff going to go around the outside?
He's trying to. He's just looking for it. He doesn't have quite the drive yet, but he's not that much higher up the racetrack.
Sadoff's got to get by Drain as soon as he can if he wants to keep his championship points a little bit closer to the 59 of Drain.
Right now, Sadoff's just riding a little bit higher coming off. He's kind of coming in about the same spot. There he comes in a little higher, but you'll see him just a bike length higher off. He hasn't been able to get the drive as they're starting to catch up to Tadman. Tadman, a few mistakes.
They have caught Tadman. Now Drain is on the back tire. Sadoff, he goes to the high side. Here they come down the back straightaway. Sadoff sends it into turn number 3.
And this has bounded him up. Tadman slowing down just a little bit. It's going to allow Sadoff to potentially get by Drain.
The straightaways are so short, they're not even picking their feet up. Sadoff had the advantage over Drain. Now he sets his sights on the leader.
All right, now what is Tadman going to do? Is he going to move up the racetrack, seeing Sadoff up there? Is Sadoff going to go to the bottom after he gets by as he takes over the lead into 1? Sadoff, your new leader.
Yeah, right now, there's a little buffer between the 88 and the 59 for the championship. That's the 228 Tadman, but Tadman wants to win.
Tadman struggling on exit grip, also struggling into turn 1 with the bike bouncing around a lot. But I'm curious, what is Sadoff going to do here?
Tadman made a mistake. Here comes Drain. Drain's going to try to go up the inside. Tadman made one little bobble. Drain wasn't able to capitalize just yet.
This is the first time we've seen the rookie go backwards in a race. How is he going to learn? How is he going to adapt here? Will he be able to claw his way back forward? But Chase Sadoff, last night's winner, starting to pull away from Drain.
0.25 seconds last time by for Sadoff on the 88. Drain now in second on the 59. Can Drain track down the 88? Chase Sadoff and Tom Drain continue to lead here in Sturgis.
These two leaders are matching lap times between Sadoff and Drain right now. We have a huge battle going back to that.
This looks like the riders going down Main Street. Look at all of them. Vander's up there in that 5th spot. Santero is there on the 75. So is Bruner and Gauthier. This is rush hour traffic at a high rate of speed.
Bruner's working around the outside here, trying to do the same thing that Sadoff did. Fanders got him bound up right now. Bruner goes around the outside of Santero. Now he just needs to try to clear Fanders.
Well, you get tired of following. You have to go up the outside. Now we'll see if that high line's going to continue working. Now we got bikes up there, 2 by 2 back here deep in the field.
Well, when you get in that position like Fanders is in right now, leading a big group, you can slow it down and you'll get into that mindscape. And right there, Bruner gets able to get by him.
Bruner now up into the top 5. He's in 5th right now on the 21 bike. Fanders goes back to 6. Santero, Gauthier, Keller, and Bauer rounding out your top 10.
Bruner, he continues to ride a little bit higher off of that rubber. You see that groove on the bottom. It's slickening up. Kristen B talked about that earlier tonight.
Yeah, she said that they wanted to get slick down on the bottom, wanted to go up the racetrack a little bit. We've seen that higher line starting to come in right here in this AFT Singles main.
Bruner, the 3rd rider in the championship in points right now, trying to make his way up, but he's in 5th place, a ways back from Chad Coase, about 3 seconds.
Setup continuously while Walsh's battle back here for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Right now the 83 is in 6th. Oh, the 31 shoved it up the inside. Now the 59 has caught the leader. We go back out in front. Here comes Tom Drain.
We saw this last night. These two battled until the last lap, last corner for this win.
The clock's about to expire. Drain goes up the inside. Lap riders just ahead. There's 3 of them just ahead of our leaders. There is Drain now out in front of 59. Setup. These two have a history. They rub each other a lot.
These two have gotten aggressive before. This is short track racing. This is 1 and 2 in the championship.
And Colby, the lap riders are just ahead of him. It's harder for the leader to get through.
And there's 3 of them, Scotty.
Yeah, and the clock is about to expire. At least next time by, the clock will probably be expired. There goes the 59 getting by Anselmi. Sadov trying to come through right there, but Anselmi was in his line. Anselmi doesn't know that that's the leader. Sadov has to send it in there. Sadov losing touch with the 59.
Yeah, Sadov loses just a little bit of time there, Scotty, with 2 laps to go. Tom Drain opened up a little bit of a gap.
Renshaw pulls out of the way. Now he gets to battling again, but that's further way in the back. It is Drain out in front. Sadov goes to the high side. The 88 bounced off the wall. The white flag is out here at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track.
Yeah, Sadov has lost touch with Tom Drain on this one as we come to the white flag.
Into turn number 3. He's not feeling very well, but doesn't matter. He shows you what he's got. Tom Drain wins in Sturgis.
Yeah, it's a huge win for Tom Drain tonight. Answering back from Chase Sadov's win last night. Tom Drain not feeling the best this week, a little bit under the weather. Chases down Chase Sadov from about a half-second lead to pick up the win here tonight, Scotty.
Here are the results. AFT Singles main event, Tom Drain by 0.23 seconds over Sadov. Cage Tadman, the rookie, is 3rd. Chad Coast, the veteran, is 4th. Bruner gets up to 5th. Kelleher, Dalton Gauthier, Santero, Braden Fander slips all the way back to 9th. And Jared Lowe running out your top 10. On the podium, Kristen Beat is with our winner.
Take me through what that race was like for you. Chaotic, busy, and that final pass on Chase Sadov.
Yeah, for sure. That race was pretty tough at the start. I don't have much left in my voice, but I can't thank my whole team enough for all the effort they put in. We've been training hard back home, making sure that we have this pace at the end of the race when we need it to be able to come back through.
Here is the original start. Tadman grabbed the whole shot. Sadov went to the high side. Drain was right there in 2nd. These 3 of the best right here. These are the podium finishers from last night.
And Sadov immediately went back to doing what he did last night around the outside, sick of following Tadman. You saw some mistakes from Tadman early on in this one. Sadov takes the lead.
Sadov was riding one line up, and then he drops to the bottom of the racetrack, and there comes the 59, though. Just shoved it in up the inside. A nice clean pass going into turn number 1, and then the lap riders were just ahead of him, but to the double checkered flag, Drain wins by about 1 bike length over Sadov.
Where did things stop clicking for you?
Yeah, I started out the race a little bit slow, and I kept exiting a little bit wider, hopefully trying to get a setup going into the corner and try to get a pass on these guys. And to go 1 and 2, I really can't complain. These little slick short tracks aren't usually my favorite, so yeah, I can't thank everybody enough, and I'll see you on Friday.
Taking a look at the point standings after the night number 2 at the short track here at Jackpine Gypsies. Tom Drain is our points leader with 4 wins on the season. He stretches that points lead out back to where it was when we got here. Sadov still in 2nd with 2 wins. Trevor Bruner 3rd with 1 win. Santero's 4th, and Aiden Rusev's rounding out your top 5. With Kristen is 3rd place tonight, the 228 of Cage Tadman.
You're racing for more. You're racing to prove yourself for next season. What is that like?
It's kind of tough. I'm kind of hard on myself after, let's say I don't do too well, and it's kind of sucks. But I mean, there's a lot worse things going on, so I'm just glad to be out here, and I'm glad to be on the podium. I mean, I'm just too happy to be out here right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed, but yeah, it went real well.
Congratulations, Cage, rounding out the podium.
When we come back to Sturgis, we have a brand new class for you, the AFT AdventureTrackers. Welcome back to the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. AdventureTrackers getting ready. Colby, what is an adventure tracker bike?
An adventure tracker has to weigh at least 500 pounds, be above 850 cc's. You can ride it on the trail, you can ride it on the street, but tonight we're racing it.
Last night, 33 Jesse Janish won the first night of the new class, and in the heat race earlier today, it was Dan Brownlee who took the checks. The starting lineup for the Adventure Tracker class looks like this. On the poles, the 62 of Dan Bromley, 188 Austin Luzak, last night's winner 33 Jesse Janish, and new in the class tonight, the 49 Chad Coase. We're racing at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track, night number 2. 4 minutes plus 2 laps. AdventureTracker main event. Bromley's on the inside. Coast on the outside. Here they go. Bromley leads him into that first corner on that Suzuki.
Yeah, and Austin Luzak's immediately going to drop down to the low line wisely. He almost looks up the inside of Bromley, not able to do it. These bikes are much bigger than anything these riders are used to, so making a move up the inside like we saw, an aggressive move, not going to be easy to do.
And these bikes haven't seen a groove yet this week, last night or tonight, until just now, right now. So Bromley's trying to keep that back tire from spinning. Janish trying to high line, trying to get by Luzak in second, not able to make that pass.
Yeah, and I would say this is probably the greasiest, the slickest this track has been, is that I believe that's Eslick. Eslick up the inside of Janish. That's last night's winner.
He kind of revved it up right there. He let him know he's coming. Maybe should have humped the horn.
Eslick feeling good and aggressive here. He's a guy that can ride any kind of motorcycle, but Janish, a former Production Twins winner, championship winner.
And Eslick, has rode a lot of pavement, and maybe with all the rubber going down, he might feel more at home.
He might be in more time on the motorcycle getting it dialed in, but Eslick is feeling good in this one. Some of the first passes we've seen, Janish continuing to stick to that higher line though, Scotty.
He's trying to maybe work it in for some of our Mission SuperTwins riders.
Yeah, but he's going backwards doing it because now Chad Coast is looking up the inside as well.
I like how a lot of these pipes are glowing red. They're really giving it all they got. Looks like the 164 Eslick just about got in the back tire of Luzak, and I just also want to point out they can use front brakes in this class.
And Janish now getting back around the outside. What's going on here is Luzak's holding up Eslick. Eslick's going to have to start looking around the outside of, and no, Janish up the inside of Eslick.
He set that pass up. He knew what Slick has been doing, so being able to watch what's going on in front of him. Janish now marching towards the front. Way out in front, though, is Dan Bromley on that Suzuki. We're watching second through about seventh right here on the screen.
Yeah, and Henry Wiles trying to get around the outside of Chad Coast. Chad Coast's first night on this bike here.
And you know what? Luzak maybe not been racing flat track for a while. Maybe, tightening up a little bit. Maybe not breathing right now, but he's still holding on to second. He's got some fast company right behind him.
Luzak needs to do nothing but what he's doing right now. Just hold the bottom line. Don't allow them to get underneath you. Make them go the long way around. You can even move him up the racetrack a little bit here, but just do not get off that bottom line.
Janish trying to go around the outside. He lets the back end hang out just a little bit. Janish going for the lead. There comes Henry Wiles is making his way towards the front. That pipe is glowing red on the 911.
And that's going to be the pass right there. Janish will take over that second spot. He's got about a minute and 30 seconds left to try to close down 2.5 seconds to Bromley.
On a short track this small, that is a lifetime away from first to second.
Yeah, and look at Luzak starting to move up the racetrack just a little bit, searching for some grip, but this is going to allow Eslick to potentially try to get up there for this final podium spot.
And this is a 4-race series. We'll take a look at the pass right here. This is Eslick. He's trying to go the high line. That opens up the door for the 33, and Slick knew he was there, kind of lifts up just a little bit. Janish moves by, moves into third, and now Janish this time around the outside of the Honda on that 33 bike. He won here last night. He wants to get back up on that podium again, the 33 of Janish, making things happen.
Yeah, and you had a good point. Luzak's not racing full time here, so he could be getting tightened up just a little bit in this one. He did what he had to do, trying to be defensive and hold down that bottom line, and Luzak will still be in third place.
And here comes Wiles. Wiles trying the high line on the 911. He wants to get up there a little bit further. He was in a podium spot last night. The bike came out of gear. He had to retaliate and end up fifth last night. Well, Wiles gets stood upright.
Luzak's going to have to be careful here. He's opening the door just a little bit for Eslick on the early entrance to the corner. He's moving down in the center, but Eslick could try to poke his wheel up in there.
And a first look at Dalton Gauthier out there on the 79 bike. He's trying to march his way forward too. Gauthier is in the mix.
It is rush hour traffic right now. These guys all want to get by Luzak for that final podium spot. Wiles up along the outside of Eslick.
The lead is getting a little bit smaller right now. Bromley has the lead. Janish has got it down to 2 seconds, but they're way out in front of third, fourth, and fifth as the clock has expired. 2 laps to go. There it is. Big P showing them 2 laps to go. Bromley on the Suzuki. Here comes everybody. Second, third, and fourth. Slick dives in there. We'll go back out in front to the Suzuki mounted 62 by Dan Bromley. You'll see the white flag right here. 1 more lap to go in the AFT AdventureTracker main event. There's Janish in second, who won last night in the Harley-Davidson. There's Gauthier battling deeper in the field, the 196 of Posh. Your leader off of turn number 4 to win the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track, the 62, Dan Bromley. Janish is second. Here comes everybody else. How about Luzak finishing up third? Results look like this. Dan Bromley wins by 1.4 seconds. So Janish, when he got to second, closed the gap, but comes up a little bit short for a back-to-back win for the 33. Third is Austin Luzak to 188. Danny Eslick fourth, and Henry Wiles rounding out your top 5.
Taking the Suzuki to victory lane, Dan Bromley. What was it like to muscle around that 500-pound bike?
Oh, it was a lot. You know, like I said earlier, it feels like we're riding farm equipment out here. So I put that bad boy in low gear and just put it around the bottom, and it worked out good. And Austin's riding the bike that I had a misfortune on last year. So this year it's pretty cool to be able to get a win and retaliate what happened last year.
Bromley grabbed the whole shot to 62. Luzak, a great start on that 188.
Yeah, Luzak was able to hold down second for a long time, and Janish never gave up on that high line. It brought him back to beyond Eslick there for a little bit. He kept going, and Dan Bromley will pick up the win here in the Adventure Trackers on night 2.
Jesse, you ran up to Dan Bromley, and you said, man, we're tied up. You're already thinking about the championship.
I mean, I'm no mathematician, but I know a 1-2 and a 2-1 is the same. This is a pretty quick 4-round series, and if anybody's not aware, Dan Bromley's pretty good at TTs, and I'm not too bad myself, so I definitely knew it was really, really important to get this Harley-Davidson to second place. Like I said, a 4-round series. I had to do a lot of math when I raced against Corey Texter, and I guess I'm thankful for that, because now I'm a little bit better at math.
Congratulations, Jesse, on finishing second on that beautiful Harley-Davidson.
The points are tied at the halfway point of the newly minted class. 2 short tracks down, 2 TTs left. When we return to Sturgis, the 2-man chase for the title resumes in the Mission SuperTwins class. Welcome back to Sturgis, South Dakota. Last night in the Mission SuperTwins class, the cream rises to the top, Colby.
Yeah, we've seen Breyer, Bauman, and Dallas Daniels going back and forth. No matter how their days start off, they always end up finding each other at the end of the night.
Breyer Bauman and Dallas Daniels traded victories last night in the first 2 Mission Challenge races, but it was eventually Breyer Bauman who won the third and the final race and collected not only the challenge title, but also the overall win for the night. This now gives Breyer an 8-point lead in the series championship chase.
I said it last night, and I'll say it again. It is going to be tough for Dallas to get those points back, as Breyer is riding as good as I've ever seen him ride, especially on these short tracks. But again, this is short track racing, so anything can happen.
It wasn't Breyer that came out fastest in qualifying. It was the other Harley-Davidson mounted rider, Brandon Robinson, who took that honor.
It's pretty solid. It's been taking me some time to get used to it. Obviously, 6 years on one motorcycle and hopping on this thing is taking me a bit to just get that comfort back, but we've ever since Lima, we've really kind of started to figure some things out, and showing up to the races a lot more comfortable as soon as we unload. So that's been kind of the biggest part, where the first part of the season kind of unload and just not, we're in left field half the time. So it's been pretty good this second half of the season so far, and just looking forward to capping it off, hopefully with a win.
The other guy looking to sneak onto the top step of the podium is very good at these short tracks. Davis Fisher, he qualified 4th earlier today.
This track is very difficult. Wrestling around a twin-cylinder motorcycle can be challenging, and it's our first time here on the twin, and our first time on a little short track like this on the new KTMs, and we're just trying to make something happen.
Taking a look at the highlights, Super Twins heat race number 1. Dallas Daniels in the middle, Brandon Robinson on the bottom. Long light, but Daniels grabbing the whole shot, but he slips up a little wide. Here comes Robinson to take the lead.
Yeah, Robinson grabs the early lead in this one, makes a mistake right there on the first lap into 3, allows Dallas Daniels just an inch of room, and Dallas will take it over.
One mistake is all it takes on a short track as short as this. A 6-mile here at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. Dallas Daniels will win heat race number 1 in your Mission AFT SuperTwins.
Kind of coming into my wheelhouse a little bit. I really like slippery short tracks like this, and the team's put a great bike underneath me, so yeah, just want to keep it rolling.
Mission SuperTwins heat race number 2. Breyer Bauman on the pole in the 3 bike. Gets a good launch on his Harley-Davidson. He leads him in the corner. Fisher ducks right in there to 2nd place.
Yeah, Breyer Bauman takes the lead down the back straightaway here, and he will run away with this one, picking up the win here in heat race 2.
Yeah, we've done enough now. We've been pretty quick all weekend. We're not bad, we just need to be better. Dallas is better than I am, and just need to find a little bit, so we'll be all right.
Mission Challenge race, $5,000 to win. Breyer and Dallas make contact going into turn number 1. Dallas grabs the lead in that first corner.
Yeah, and Dallas Daniels will walk away with it, but Breyer Bauman big time into the wall, has to pick his foot up not to smash it in between.
That took Breyer out of the picture, so Dallas Daniels will win the $5,000 Mission Challenge race right here. 4 laps, $5,000 goes to Dallas Daniels on that 32 Yamaha. Your Mission AFT SuperTwins starting lineup on the pole, the 32, Dallas Daniels. The 3, Breyer Bauman will start second. 44, Brandon Robinson will start third. Davis Fisher, the last bike on the front row. Maxwell trying to better his 4th place finish last night, will start 5th. Van de Kooi, Trent Lowe, and Dan Brownlee, your second row. Mission AFT SuperTwins. Night number 2 at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. Bikes are engaged, they're in gear. Watching the lights. We're racing again in Sturgis. Daniels grabs the whole shot. Robinson looking at the high line already in turn number 1.
Yeah, Robinson tries to go around the outside of Bauman there, but Fisher up the inside almost is going to be Dallas Daniels, though, and Robinson rolling the outside here.
Way around the outside, the 44 goes up to second. Lap 1 is in the books. This is 8 minutes plus 2 laps. Robinson trying to get by the 3 bike. They're all chasing the 32 of Dallas Daniels.
That's the only issue about where Robinson's riding is Breyer can move him around a little bit. Breyer makes a mistake there, slides up the track, and it's going to Robinson a little bit of free air here. Time to go to work on Dallas.
He sets it up right now. He's coming up the inside. He comes up a little bit short. I thought he had a good line right there.
Yeah, when you get the opportunity like Brandon almost had there, you have to take it. You cannot waste an opportunity. Breyer Bauman really getting the front end up.
We got a new leader, the 44. Brandon Robinson goes by the 32. Robinson, your leader. Daniels goes back to second. Breyer's in third. Fisher's in fourth. And Bromley on that Suzuki in fifth.
Robinson needs the other Harley-Davidson to try to separate him and Dallas Daniels right now, because Robinson, a little mistake there, but Dallas Daniels, same thing. Both front wheels come up.
So they got a little bit of traction. Both the top 2 riders at the front wheels come up. They have to let off just a little bit to put that front end down. It is still Robinson, Daniels, Breyer Bauman, Fisher's right there. The top 4 trying to break away.
As they're sprinting so hard right now, they all have to remember to take a breath. This is such a long race. We have 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in this one, but Robinson sprint, try to get away any gap you can from Dallas Daniels.
We know the lap traffic will be a factor. We'll see how soon that does start happening. So far, still clear racetrack. Robinson slips a little bit wide in 4.
Yeah, at what point is Robinson gonna move down the racetrack? He's riding just a little bit higher than Dallas Daniels. Right there, he does move down. Dallas, a tighter line coming off.
Just like he was doing at Lucas Oil Speedway, we're on the very bottom of the racetrack. The pole quarter line, it's working for the 32
Yeah,
line.
and Robinson's almost coming in, letting the thing drift up just a little bit higher there in 3 and 4, and then cutting back down.
Maybe carrying a little bit more momentum going into the corner, slowing it down, and then shooting off the corner, making the straightaways a little bit longer.
Yeah, you can definitely see Dallas riding a lot lower there. Brandon Robinson really putting a ton of emphasis on making sure he's getting that Harley-Davidson as hooked up as he can off of 4.
Bromley has the advantage. He just came off the Adventure Tracker class. He knows what the track's doing. He's in 5th, trying to get by Fisher for that 4th spot.
Yeah, he's on his way up, and fitness is not an ordeal yet early on in this one, but he does. He knows what the track's like. There's been such a long time. There's so much moisture that has come up.
As it got cooler outside, the moisture comes up. Fisher gets a little bit sideways. Now we go back out in front. It is still Robinson in the lead. Breyer's on the back tire of Daniels looking for second. Harley-Davidson in the lead. Yamaha in second. Harley-Davidson in third. Couple of lap riders getting just ahead of the leaders now.
And Robinson, we saw him do this earlier this season. He was able to lead almost every lap until Breyer Bauman and the rest of them started attacking him early on. What is Brandon Robinson going to have to do to get away in this one? He needs Breyer Bauman and Dallas Daniels to start going back and forth.
The blue flag is out for a couple of lap riders just ahead of the 44. When you're in second place, sometimes it's easier to get through the lap traffic. The 11 of Daniel Poole gets out of the way. Breyer going to the outside looking for second place.
And if you're Breyer Bauman right now, it is okay if Brandon Robinson wins. You cannot allow Dallas Daniels to beat you, though. You need to keep building that points lead.
Robinson continues to lead by 0.2 seconds over the 32 of Daniels. Breyer is right there in third. A little bit of a gap back to the 67 bike.
The only advantage right now, Robinson's starting to go lower into 1 there, so he's searching a little bit. But Daniels, he has to be defensive. He knows Breyer Bauman's right there, but Brandon Robinson's searching a little bit. Could that start to mess him up? Right there, Dallas Daniels almost gets in the backside of him.
Jimmy McAllister pulls out of the way. They're side by side for a second. Breyer around the outside trying to make it happen. And now Dallas trying to repay the favor. The championship contenders, 1, 2, and 3 are right here.
Breyer
Breyer
knocks
Dallas.
down Dallas Daniels there.
Breyer gets into Dallas Daniels, and Dallas goes down. Oh man, this is what happens at short track racing. There's gonna be some hard feelings. We'll shake it all down when we return to Sturgis. Welcome back to the second night of racing here at the Sturgis Short Track. Oh, Kobe, what's going on out there?
Briar Bauman gets the opportunity here. He makes the split-second decision as Dallas moves up the track, goes all the way to the inside, and unfortunately contact is made, and there's nothing Dallas could have done there, goes down.
Here's a second look at it. Briar kind of set up the pass and comes up way up the inside and takes the bars away from the 32 bike. Both Briar and Dallas will find themselves at the back of the pack for the restart. And man, there's gonna be some hard feelings, but there's gonna be some hard charging going on.
Yeah, but it's best case scenario for Briar Bauman to deal with that penalty now, as he won't have any repercussions after the main event's over.
Declan Bender joins the back of the pack on the 70 bike. So we got all of the motorcycles on the track. The restart goes green. Robinson, Fisher, into turn one, the 3 wide for third place.
Robinson will lead him. He doesn't have Briar Bauman and Dallas Daniels breathing down his neck, but Briar immediately trying to get back into Dallas Daniels.
They've already got through a few of the riders, and they're still nose to tail, the 32 and the 3. The 3 looking up the inside, trying to be a little bit.
Oh, Briar's being very timid with Dallas right there.
Dallas in the 3 bike at the line. They were 9th and 10th after that first lap.
Yeah, Jared said it. Briar needs to get out of his head here. He needs to race forward. He's being very easy with Dallas Daniels. Doesn't want to get into the side of him again.
Here
right here's the opportunity. Dallas makes a mistake. Bikes gets out of shape. Briar Bauman ahead of Dallas.
And a little competition, a little bump and banging going on in front of him. The 3 bike gets about 3 bikes on that one lap. Briar all the way up to the 7th position.
Yeah, Briar Bauman leading Dallas Daniels. Dallas, how is he going to retaliate to this?
Yeah, will he repay the favor? Does he want to get penalized?
Yeah.
The 32 back on the inside. This is the battle for the championship. The 3 and the 32. Daniels goes back by the 3 bike, but he slips wide. Briar back on the inside.
This is a very interesting duel here. Briar's being so just cautious with Dallas right now, and he's riding a higher line. If he could move down, I believe he wouldn't allow Dallas to get by him again. He kept moving up, allowing Dallas to get by, but no, now he's moved back down.
Robinson in the lead by a half a second over Fisher. Bromley in 3rd. Van de Kooi 4th. The Honda of Trent Lowe in 5th. We're still watching the championship contenders, the 3 and the 32. 7th and 8th right now for Briar Bauman and Dallas Daniels. Now just ahead of Briar is the 911 Henry Wiles.
Yeah, and Briar looking to set up Wiles here. This is going to be the difficulty, though. He's going to try to go around the outside of these riders, which could open up the door for Dallas. As we see Brandon Robinson opening up almost a full second gap on Fisher.
Harley-Davidson rider out in front. Fisher in 2nd. Bromley on the Suzuki in that 3rd position. I bet Robinson's just waiting for that 2-lap to go signal.
Robinson is counting down the seconds. He has led laps this year yet to win a main event. Could he be the first rider to not get the win other than Dallas and Briar?
Robinson by about a full second. We'll go back and check on the championship contenders. The 3, Briar Bauman in 6th. He's trying to go up the inside. They have both got by Henry Wiles, and now the 3 bike trying to go by the 48. He sends it up the inside. Again, being very cautious. He must have got warned about the riding earlier.
Absolutely. This is a bigger ball game. This is a championship thing. You cannot get penalized more than what you just did. He's able to get up to the 5th place now ahead of Trent Lowe. Could he get back on the podium, Scotty?
He's clumbing. He is very, very close already. The 3 bike coming through the field. The 32 gets by the 48. He's still behind him. Dallas needs to finish ahead of the 3 bike to gain some points that he lost last night.
Dallas does, but he is just doing a good job at following Briar through this, and it is just good to see him get back up after that incident. Briar Bauman right on the back door of 3rd place here. He's got Jared Van der Kooi and Bromley stacked up.
And there's a lot of traffic in front of these 2 riders. Robinson continues to lead by 1 second. Fisher in 2nd. Bromley 3rd. And now here comes Briar and Dallas. They've got up to the back tire of the 20 bike of Jared Van der Kooi.
Yeah.
Briar and Van der Kooi are very good friends.
Yeah, and Briar needs to get by Van der Kooi here really fast because Dallas has immediately closed that gap up. Briar's getting held up just a little bit here.
Here he comes. He sets up the pass, but he gets back in line. I thought he had it set up right there.
I thought he did too, but he's being very cautious in this one smartly, and it is short track racing. Briar doesn't want to make an attempt and go up the high side of someone.
Here comes Dallas. Now Dallas looks up the inside of the 32. They're side by side. The 32 trying to go to the inside, the 3 bike trying to go to the outside. 1 bike off the pace. It looks like Max Wales has stopped outside turn number 2.
And Briar Bauman working around the outside. This is what he has to do, and he's going to be able to clear Van der Kooi here. Van der Kooi not going to get too aggressive with Briar. Briar now working on 3rd place of Dan Bromley. He is fighting for a podium spot.
Here he goes around the outside of the Suzuki. Briar Bauman has made a charge from 15th to 14th, all the way up now to a 3rd spot from
being penalized. And now Briar Bauman, he's got 22 seconds left. He could have about 4 or 5 laps to try to track down Davis Fisher. He is going so fast right now, Briar Bauman is.
The 32 gets stuck in traffic. He finally gets by Vandecoy. Now he needs to get by the 62 bike. Dallas Daniels in jeopardy of losing his podium streak that dates back to last season.
And Briar Bauman catching up to Fisher really quickly. And Dallas Daniels still fighting with Dan Brownlee as we come to the 2 laps.
2 laps to go. The 44 out front by 1.3 seconds. Last night, the other Harley-Davidson wins. This time, the 44. Brandon Robinson trying to take the win on the Harley here tonight.
It's going to be white flag for Brandon Robinson. Dallas Daniels still behind Dan Brownlee here. Hasn't been able to clear him. This is big for the championship.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Brandon Robinson on the 44. Harley-Davidson off the final corner. He's going to win night number 2 of the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. Fisher second. Briar Bauman from the back of the pack the third. Bromley fourth, and Dallas Daniels up there gets the 5th. What a ride. Oh, they're not happy right there. He just went up there and I think he said he's number 1. Yeah, they're not done yet. Drama on the track aside, we want to congratulate the 44 Brandon Robinson for his first win of the season. We'll be back to talk to him after the break.
The Progressive American Flat Track Series has been brought to you by the Cat Rental Store, the official heavy equipment supplier of Progressive American Flat Track, and by Royal Enfield, an official OEM partner of Progressive American Flat Track.
Tonight's winner, Brandon Robinson, is with Kristen B.
How can you summarize this moment?
Hell yeah, that's all I gotta say. Man, there was a couple heartbreaking years there, 17 and 18. We got our butts whooped on these things, and I always said when the rules went production that the XGs were gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a real good motorcycle, and yeah, just absolutely ecstatic right now. So really pumped, and just can't thank everyone that's behind my program enough. My wife for tolerating me all the time for the good and the bad and through racing, and yeah, this is awesome. Appreciate it.
He earned that one, Colby. He got out in front on the 44, but it was the 32 and the 3 that had the early lead.
Yeah, but Brandon Robinson went to the top of the racetrack, stuck it up there, and was able to get a good run off of the corner, makes the pass to the lead, and says goodbye.
That's when everything else went a little haywire. Here comes the 32, send it up the inside. Briar squares out the corner. He comes up the inside, a little contact. Daniels was able to get off the ground and start the back. The 3 bike was also penalized. He starts at the back. They came through the pack as quickly as they could, but it was the 44. Brandon Robinson taking the win here tonight at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. Kristen is with 2nd place.
Davis Fisher, every time I walked through the paddock today, someone on your team was working on this bike relentless.
Yeah, the team worked really hard today to get me to the 2nd place finish, and yeah, we just got this new bike, and we haven't been on a track like this before, so just figuring out the frame geometry and everything, and my dad, Jimmy Wood, Jeremy Rackley, just worked all day long on the bike and got me the 2nd place finish, which is, I'm really pumped. We had a difficult night last night, ended up on the ground, and I can't thank the whole team enough. Rackley Racing, Bob Lanfears, Beaverton Motorcycles, Wall Racing, Allied Motors, Solari Bros, Cardo Communications, Recluse Clutches, Arai Helmets. Yeah, just thanks to all the fans for sticking this out. And it's pretty cool to get up here on the podium with Brandon. It feels pretty cool to be up here with him.
Results look like this. Brandon Robinson by 1.15 seconds over Fisher is 2nd. Briar Bauman from the back of the pack the 3rd. Bromley is 4th on the Suzuki, and Dallas Daniels finishing in the 5th position. The rider that came from the back of the pack to get the final spot on the podium is with Kristen.
Briar, we could talk about the contact that was made early on. What was the later stages of that race like for you working through the pack? And is it rewarding to be able to turn a night around like that?
Yeah, it is. It feels good to fight for sure, and it feels good. I think I'm a different person than I was a few years ago, but man, there's no words. That's not who I am. What just happened? His whole team hates me. I know they do. There's nothing I can say right now that Essence and Racing will forgive me for. If I could honestly give Dallas his 3rd for and I take it whatever he took, I would take it. Man, it's just not who I am. I fight. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of Rick Ware Racing Parts Plus, latest motors. That's not what we're about. We want to race. We race hard. We race aggressive. We saw it last night, and it's just. I've said it 3 times now, but it's not who I am. And short track racing, and there's no excuse. So thank you guys again, and I guess we'll see you in a few days.
Thank you so much, Briar.
After night number 2 here at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track, Briar Bauman stretches out that lead a little bit. 11 points between first and second. Brandon Robinson picking up his first one of the season. He's still in third. Fisher with that second place finish is in fourth. And Jared Vandekoy rounding out your top 5. Night number 2 here at the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track during the 85th running of the Sturgis Rally and races, and I think Pappy Hoyle will be proud.
Yeah, exactly. This is short track racing to a T. You had to get creative. You had to get aggressive. You cannot follow the guy in front of you, and that is exactly what we saw.
Great racing in both classes, AFT Singles and the Mission SuperTwins. It got a little dicey, a little bumping and banging going on. Robinson would take the win after this one. We'll see you guys at the next round. The Sturgis Super TT next for Progressive American Flat Track.